What's up with it? You watching the Big Bama TV? And we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Hood War Chronicles. And the title is Yo Gotti Nowhere to Be Found after young Dolph killer says this in court. Man, that boy was in there talking and talking, man, for real. Got the heat on. All eyes on Yo Gotti, man, for real. Man, they trying to get that boy indicted or something, you know what I mean? All these videos, man, it ain't doing nothing but making it worse for him, for real. The situation is over some BS, though. I'm turned into some real stuff, man. They wasn't playing about Dolph. Yeah, it's been a war zone, man, since Dolph got took out, for real, you know what I mean? I was like following him a little bit. It wasn't on them like the media channels or nothing like that, but seeing that crime map, that motherfucker was red than a motherfucker, you feel me? So it was going down out there, for real. But yeah, I haven't checked out the video, don't know what they talking about. Let's check it out and see what they talking about.
Had a hit on Dolph head or whatnot, so
how do you know that Big Juck had a hit on Dolph's head?
Quit had told me about it.
How much money was it supposed to be?
100,000 on Dolph head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Had Justin agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
The Memphis rapper, he's accused of being one of the gunmen along with Cornelius Smith. But prosecutors allege the overall mastermind was Big Juck, a high-up at CMG. That's a rival record label of young Dolph.
Do y'all think the police is going to try to tie Yo Gotti into this because his brother was basically like in his company, like under his company CMG?
The trial for young Dolph has finally started, and it's already full of drama. One of the biggest bombshells is that one of the accused has reportedly snitched on Big Juck, claiming he put $100,000 hit on Dolph.
Assistant DA Paul Hagerman says Yo Gotti's late brother Big Juck put out a $100,000 hit for whoever young Dolph.
For those who don't know, Big Juck is Yo Gotti's brother, and this revelation pretty much confirms what fans have speculated for years: Yo Gotti's camp being involved in Dolph's death. The beef between young Dolph and Yo Gotti has been public for a long time, with both rappers going at each other in songs. After an earlier attempt on Dolph's life, he dropped the infamous track 100 Shots, mocking the failed shooters.
Gang, gang, gang. No folks come and get you, you gon' tell on the whole gang.
But it seems like Big Juck decided to take things into his own hands, allegedly ordering the hit that ultimately took Dolph's life. Even more wild is that Big Juck reportedly went online to mock Dolph's death when it happened.
Man, I know a lot of you rap niggas. Fuck, man. Can't do no shows. Ain't save no money. So guess what? I'm gonna come say today.
But karma seemed to catch up with him later when he was shot in too.
Daniel, well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Juck. Now, Big Juck is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti.
Govan asked for young Dolph to be.
Mr. Govan has been indicted and is in custody for being involved in the young Dolph. He played the role of the person who solicited.
However, the craziest...
I ain't gonna lie, I've been a thing too with people like telling on the dead and thinking it's like a pass with that, you know what I'm saying? But like in this situation, it's a whole different kind of situation because Big Juck connected to Yo Gotti, and you know they connected to the label, so that's like a bigger situation. So like they gonna get the whole label probably indicted, you know what I'm saying? Like they probably gonna get Yo Gotti whole camp indicted, really, you know what I mean? It ain't like it's somebody dead and they ain't got like no connections to nothing. Like, man, he dead, but he's still connected to Yo Gotti.
The twist in this trial is that the people who carried out Dolph's were seriously shortchanged. They were promised $40,000, but when the dust settled, they only ended up with $800. Fans are stunned that a legendary figure like young Dolph was taken out for such a small amount of money. Some are even saying that Dolph would have given them that $800 just to help out if they had asked. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti has been nowhere to be found, with fans speculating that he's laying low, maybe knowing that things are closing in on him. Let's break down what's been happening in court. Justin Johnson, also known as the rapper Straight Drop, was the first one to appear. He's accused of being the driver of the white Mercedes that trailed Dolph's camo Corvette to Makeda's Cookies in South Memphis. His co-defendant, Cornelius Smith, allegedly jumped out of the car and opened fire on Dolph with a Draco, while Justin followed closely behind with a handgun. An autopsy would later reveal that Dolph had been shot 22 times.
So y'all,
Yeah, this is right there.
stop it here.
It's me.
Can you stop it? We're gonna back up. This guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns
Man.
do you have?
I got the little Draco stab gun.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
Yeah.
What makes this even more tragic is that Dolph wasn't alone during the attack. His brother, Marcus Thornton, was with him in the store when the shots rang out. The shooters were so fixated on Dolph that they didn't even bother to target Marcus. That gave Marcus the chance to draw his own gun and return fire, hitting both Justin and Cornelius. As they tried to flee, Marcus kept up the pursuit, emptying his gun and grabbing another from Dolph's Corvette to keep firing at the getaway car. Justin got grazed in the back by a bullet, and Cornelius was hit in the leg.
Watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting a second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out,
On the first day of the trial, things got
Damn.
even more intense when Cornelius, who was now turned into a cooperating witness, testified against Justin.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga brother was doing what he was supposed to do, but it was a little too late though, man, for real. Yeah, that's a messed up situation right there, man, for real. It was like an overkill too. Yeah, man, cold game, for real.
Cornelius's story is a sad one. He admitted to struggling with addiction after losing his 9-year-old son just 3 months before
I lost my son in March of 2020.
Okay. And how old was he?
He was 9 at the time.
And that had an impact on everybody.
Yes, sir.
To cope with the pain, he turned to ecstasy and oxycodone, and when he was promised money, he saw no other way out. He revealed in court that he didn't even know who young Dolph was, and that the day Dolph was actually his daughter's birthday. Cornelius seemed like a man at the end of his rope, desperate for cash and easy to manipulate. In court, Cornelius identified both himself and Justin in surveillance footage from the day of the When asked how many times he shot Dolph, Cornelius couldn't say for sure and admitted that all he was thinking about at the time was the money. Then came the bombshell. Cornelius testified that Big Jook, Yo Gotti's older brother and a high-ranking member of CMG, Collective Music Group, had put the $100,000 bounty on Dolph.
Had a hit on Dolph head or whatnot, so
How do you know that Big Jook had a hit on Dolph's
I
head?
could quit had told me about it, quit, and
How much money was it supposed to be?
100,000 on Dolph head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, how you just said 100,000 on Dolph head. It sounded like it was money on more than Dolph head, but Dolph must have been a big bag, but I think it probably was a bag on more people than that then.
Had Justin agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
It turns out that a man named Hernandez Govin, who was connected to CMG, played a key role in arranging the hit. Justin was desperate to blow up in the rap game, and he thought that taking out Dolph would get him in good with CMG. Hernandez, knowing how to exploit the situation, took advantage of Cornelius, feeding his drug habit and using him as a pawn in the plot. The plan itself was cold-blooded. Cornelius knew that Dolph would be in the neighborhood because of his annual turkey giveaway, an event where Dolph would give back to his community by handing out free turkeys to those in need. But rather than caring about the volunteers or families in attendance, the kid only saw it as the perfect opportunity to strike.
It was turkey drag on every day that week.
Okay. You knew that the fair said you knew Dolph
Every day that
was
week, he was really feeding people for real.
Yeah, we didn't know we were gonna catch him, but you know.
They spotted Dolph's camo-wrapped Corvette while he was driving through town and decided to follow him, waiting for the right moment to ambush him outside Makeda's Cookies.
Bum ass niggas, man.
What'd y'all do?
We made the block. Came with the bag way. I jumped out. Started shooting.
All right, well, let's back up here though.
After young Dolph was murdered, Justin Johnson reportedly FaceTimed Big Jook, and using sign language, spelled out Dolph's name to let Jook know they had carried out the hit. According to Cornelius, Jook promised they'd see each other soon and that payments would be on the way. The plan was to pay Hernandez Govan $20,000 for organizing the hit and to give $40,000 each to Justin and Cornelius. That was supposed to total $100,000, but things didn't go as expected.
We give Quinn 10,000 apiece.
All right, so you and him are going to give Govan 10,000 apiece? And how much are you going to get?
I was getting 40.
Instead of the promised payout, Cornelius testified in court that he only received $800. After he got arrested, his lawyer was paid $50,000 by Big Jook, but the shooters were left hanging. Fast forward to January 13th, 2024, and Big Jook himself was gunned down outside a restaurant. Videos of Jook's lifeless body hit social media almost immediately, with fans and foes flooding the comments with young Dolph emojis. If Jook hadn't been it's almost certain he would have been charged in Dolph case too. The streets had already served their version of justice before the courts could even catch up. At this point, everyone tied to Dolph's murder has been arrested. Justin's brother, Jamarcus, became the fourth person charged in the case for helping Justin escape after the shooting. He's already pled guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact and is looking at a 6 to 12-year sentence. Justin, Hernandez, and Cornelius, on the other hand, are all facing serious charges with overwhelming evidence against them. With Cornelius flipping and testifying as the main witness, it's highly likely that life sentences are coming for both Justin and Hernandez. The prosecution has been clear with Cornelius, though. Just because he's cooperating doesn't mean he's off the hook. He's still going to prison, no matter what. One of the most disturbing parts of Cornelius's testimony was when he admitted that the day he helped Dolph was also his daughter's birthday. When the prosecutor asked him, "You went and man on your daughter's birthday?" Cornelius replied, "I was trying to make it rain for her. I wanted to make it a beautiful day for her." Instead of being a father to his 5 kids and spending time with his daughter, Cornelius, a man strung out on drugs, shot down a Memphis legend for just $800 and a promise that never came through. Now he's going to prison, and we'll just have to wait to see how long his sentence will be. But while the legal system is finally bringing some justice for young Dolph, the streets have been handling things their own way ever since the day he was killed. The moment Dolph was taken down, the streets erupted. His crew didn't waste any time. They were ready to get revenge immediately, taking out anyone who was involved or even had the nerve to mock Dolph's death. The first target was a grim example of what was in store for anyone involved in young Dolph or connected to those responsible. Comedian Darian D. Moneychilds made the mistake of joking about Dolph's passing in an online post. Just a week later, he was already gunned down. His marked the beginning of a streak of revenge that couldn't be stopped. In January 2022, another high-profile target was taken out. Big Nusky, a rapper signed to Moneybagg Yo and cousin of Big 30, was shot at the New Horizon River Apartments on Kazasa Road around 7 p.m. When the shooting stopped, a 26-year-old man lay dead. Big Nusky was said to be connected to Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, one of the main suspects in Dolph's murder. This connection was speculated based on photos showing both of them standing in front of the same car.
I ain't gonna lie, I remember them hitting the house too, like 2 times back to back where the car was found at too. They was at that house too. I think they got like ran up out of there for real. And I think it was like old people living up in there. They still wasn't playing with the old people either. I think down there, old lady down there got shot at that motherfucker.
After Big Nusky's death, Straight Drop posted a picture of him online, captioned, "Lost my brother, fighting to keep my head up." The pain was real, but Dolph's people weren't finished yet. Straight Drop and the others charged with Dolph's murder allegedly had ties not only to CMG and Yo Gotti, but also to the Memphis gang Trula Mafia. The OG of this gang, Joshua Taylor, aka CEO TZ, was also on the cops' radar for the Dolph hit. However, TZ wouldn't be around much longer. On June 14th, 2023, officers responded to a call about a man down at Spotswood Avenue near Bunton Street at 12:56 p.m. They found Taylor suffering from gunshot wounds, dead at the scene. Reports suggested that he had actually been shot the night before and was discovered lifeless in a car near a church around 1 p.m.
Tellis Taylor, also known as CEO TZ, was found shot to death in Orange Mound Wednesday at Spotswood and Bunton. Those who live nearby tell us Taylor was actually shot the night before, discovered lifeless.
News outlets labeled TZ as a high-profile gang member and linked him publicly to the group that Dolph. YouTube journalist King AK even speculated that Straight Drop would have needed Teezy's go-ahead to carry out the hit on Dolph, implying that by taking out Teezy, Dolph's crew was eliminating a key figure.
Teezy ain't just no gang member. Teezy was the head of Trula Mafia. That means if anybody that's in Trula got anything to do with Young Dolph death, Justin Johnson. Teezy at the end of the day gives the okay.
The cycle of revenge didn't stop there. The next shocking casualty was a female rapper, Destiny Golden, aka Lotta Cash Desto.
I ain't gonna lie, that boy Dolph team, man, his peoples, man, was coming different, man. They was coming for real, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man, from what I hear though, man, Dolph really was taking care of the hood, like for real though, like with housing and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So like Dolph really had he had real love out there, man. You know what I mean? Like it's a difference between like just having love in the streets and really being loved, man. So you can see, man, that boy was really loved out there, and people ain't take his death lightly, man, for real. And I don't even think this everything either. These just like the people with names. It was like people that got hit too. I remember like looking at the checking out the little news out there, man. It was people getting hit out there, man, for real. And then like the crime map, that motherfucker was red than a motherfucker, man. It was hot out there for sure.
Her demonstrated that no one was off limits. On September 24th, 2022, Desto was with a female friend in the 5500 block of Richmond Avenue around 2:40 a.m. when they stopped behind a dark four-door vehicle at a traffic light. Two male shooters emerged from the dark vehicle, walked up to Desto's car, and opened fire, Desto and injuring her passenger. This brutal attack led many to believe it was another act of retribution for young Dolph's. In a twist that nobody saw coming, another person linked to orchestrating young Dolph's hit was none other than Lotta Cash Desto's father, Hernandez Govan.
Govan asked for young Dolph to be.
Mr. Govan has been indicted and is in custody for being involved in the young Dolph. He played the role of the person who solicited.
After he was arrested, he posted online, hinting that his own actions might have led to his daughter's tragic death. It seemed like the pieces of this deadly puzzle were falling into place, with every new victim connecting back to Dolph's. Dolph's people were relentless, and their next target proved just that. On August 18th, 2023, the Memphis Police Department reported that gunfire erupted around 9:30 a.m. at a BP gas station on South Parkway East. Officers responded to the scene and found a man with a fatal gunshot wound. Tamanuel Benson, Black Youngsta's brother. The shooter didn't even bother masking up, and the police had a clear image of him, which they released to the public along with a $5,000 reward for information. This brazen hit, carried out in broad daylight, was another message that Dolph's crew wasn't playing around.
I ain't gonna lie, Black Youngster was dissing Dolph like a motherfucker, you know what I mean? And he been dissing Dolph before Dolph down there died, so hell yeah, niggas felt some kind of way about him, man. And that boy lost 3 brothers though, man, for real. Man, Black Youngster was tripping with that shit. Yeah, that boy Black Youngster was talking so much until Yo Gotti down there start acting like he got dropped from the label. So man, yeah, that was crazy.
Tamanuel's death pointed fingers straight at PRE, Paper Route Empire, Dolph's crew. Black Youngsta had a long-standing beef with Dolph, initially inherited from Yo Gotti. Back in 2017, Black Youngsta was arrested for an attempt on Dolph's life when over 100 shots were fired at Dolph's black SUV. The feud between Black Youngsta and Dolph had been intense, with Black Youngsta always ready for a showdown.
Where we at right now, cuz? We in Cascade right now, cuz? What Dolph at, cuz? Where he at, cuz? Where he at? Where he at right now? Where he at? Where he at? Where he at?
Now, he was left to grapple with the pain and anger of losing his brother, caught up in the vicious cycle of revenge allegedly carried out by Dolph's people. And then, finally, Big Jook. Ironically, Big Jook was attending a funeral when he met his own end. This is why fans are now saying that with young Dolph's trial underway, the anger in the streets might flare up again, and people could start getting targeted once more. This time, Yo Gotti might not be so lucky.
Man, that's a fool with it, man. That way then start telling, man. I wasn't really like aware of the situation like that, you know what I'm saying? Not like I wasn't aware of like the court stuff because I ain't even watch it, you know what I'm saying? But damn, that boy made the block hot. That boy got all eyes on Yo Gotti right now, you know what I mean? But then, yeah, it seemed like they caught somebody at a bad time, man. Lost his daughter and stuff, man. And she was like 9 years old or something like that. So, man, yeah, I can see somebody going through something, you know what I'm saying? For real, though. But that ain't no excuse for what he did, though, you know what I'm saying? Because that was still like some bum-ass shit. For real, you took out a nigga that take care of the people in the neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they said that boy was giving out turkeys every day of the week though, man, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people do be giving out turkeys and stuff, like some rappers, but not every day of the week, not no whole week, you know what I'm saying? So man, Dolph was really looking out for people, man. He was making sure the whole city had a turkey damn near, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Sad situation, man. And then like the think about it too, shit, this shit really like started from Dolph rejecting the record deal, you know what I mean? And shit. Yeah, man, it seemed like Yo Gotti a little weird, man. That nigga should have he should have just kept it moving, you know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, Dolph wanted to be his own boss, you feel me? And shit, he let it be known. Shit, he was paying his own way into the music shit and everything. So why would you want to go join somebody if you already got success doing your own thing? You feel me? Like, nigga, I don't need the extra push because the majors and shit involved and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you can do it yourself independently, you gonna get more money anyway. You know what I'm saying? So shit, like an independent artist, shit, you ain't even gotta sell nowhere near as much as like a huge artist and shit and still have more money. You know what I'm saying? And if you about the money, shit. Fuck the fame, the extra push and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the Big Mama TV. I appreciate y'all for watching. Till next time, peace. Yeah.